this at all, did we?
No, I was just a ghost saying hello.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's October, which means we're getting spoopy up in here.
Yeah.
We're the whole month. I think we should do cool Halloween
style.
Yes. Some horror themed things. Bosco, Joe, Brian, welcome.
Hola.
How's it going tonight? Casey, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube, we love having you here.
Absolutely.
And we love Halloween.
Yes.
We're nerds, so it's kind of obvious that we would love Halloween.
Yeah.
So we are going to do some Halloween-themed painting. The 2 weeks that you had the painting stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And maybe more.
Depending
on how ambitious I get this month.
And depending on if Preston's computer is still broke by the time it gets around.
That's true.
To his streams as well.
And you probably can't tell, but I'm on a brand new computer as well.
Yeah. Hopefully it's running a bit smoother.
It's all pretty over there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could literally just turn the camera. Ah! Look how beautiful it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wonderful. Love it.
And then back to the non-beautiful stuff. Oh, yeah.
I like how you moved me out of the camera before you said that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do think that I am very beautiful. Yes. Yes, of course.
There's also some 3D print going on in the background. It's It's unfortunately not D&D related. I'm making a bunch of desktop wire management hooks.
Oh yeah,
so
because that's a huge concern down here for sure.
Yeah,
there's so many wires.
There's a lot of wires.
Yeah.
I'm very wired.
Yeah. Yes, it is very exciting to have upgrades. It's going to be a lot easier to edit episodes when the computer actually doesn't run at 2.
Yeah. So to put.
Don't ask me what that measurement is. It's just 2.
A 2. It runs at 2.
Now
it runs at 6. Cory.
Ooh, nice.
To put that into perspective, my old computer was bought in 2014. The video card was in 2019, and episode 3 that just released 2 weeks ago came out, and it took us 2 hours to render.
Yeah.
And I, just for shits and giggles, I pulled it up on the new machine and did a render, and it took 22 minutes. So, yes.
That's literally like 10% of what it normally
I know.
takes.
I'm very excited. It's 10 times faster, and I really hope that it makes our editing life a lot easier.
Agreed. Speaking of which, I've got a lot of episodes to edit.
Yes.
We need to get on that.
Not this week, though, obviously. Because, upcoming, yes. We have episode 4 coming out, but last Wednesday, a couple days ago, you guys got to see a little bit of behind-the-scenes action.
Yep, you finally got that behind-the-scenes look, at least a little bit. We'll be doing a full video sometime.
Yeah, I hope you guys liked it. That was Dallin's idea. He reached out to us and said, hey, I want to do a tell us how you get ready for the game sort of thing. And Cory and I did not understand the assignments.
No,
we did full on
full
like
skits
and sketches. Although they're technically true.
Most of that is just exaggerated. Yeah. It was funny as hell, apparently, and hilarious.
It's not very funny though.
Laura, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hello.
Yeah. And then Joe said that he got some large creatures that are actually Halloween decorations. Double down.
Ooh.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
You've got some like lanterns that we need to put up sometime.
Yeah, I've got some lanterns and like the flickering LED bulbs.
Yeah.
So they're pretty cool because you can turn them upside down and they have a sensor in them to automatically determine orientation. And so the fire will change and flicker from one direction. You flip them over and they'll change back.
Nice.
So I've got some 3D printed lanterns. I mean, I've always got like
oh my gosh, the giant...
Some classic, like, giant squid dice tower thing going on.
Yep. Dice towers are cool, but I never use them.
I know, me neither. This one was more of I really want this as a decoration.
Yeah.
And so I printed it
because if there's one thing that Scott loves, it's tentacles.
Yes. I printed it at 150% scale, so, yeah. It'll fit the big ones.
Richard, welcome. Thank you. Awesome awesome Trek art, Scott, is what he says.
Thank you.
And is that the Iron Giant in the background? It is. That is Scott's wall of Iron Giant paintings and
that is my
metallic.
Oh, I'm pointing at you, but I'm also pointing at them.
Here, there you go.
Those are my. That is my favorite movie of all time, and in fact, I've got.
The second one is signed.
Can I get it? No, you can't see it. I've got a full-blown 20-inch Iron Giant maquette.
Iron Giant?
Iron Giant. Yes.
This isn't a cave. It's a stone giant.
Yep. It's my favorite terrain.
Yeah, that second one is actually signed by one of the artists, right?
It's signed by the artist that did that.
Oh, I thought it was.
I thought so too, but I couldn't find it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Alrighty. Well, never mind.
But hey, signed by the artist, still cool.
Yeah.
But I have a 20-inch tall maquette, like a full resin stone figure, and then I've got an 18-inch tall.
Doing a measurement with two hands doesn't work if one of the hands is covered by a camera.
I'll get this in one day.
What are you talking about, Scott? That's 4 inches right there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And then I've got an 18-inch tall one that is fully posable. It's got all the joints have ball joints and stuff.
Very cool.
So,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
With a little Hogarth.
There will be a time where we will get a full showing off Scott's nerd room on the channel. I think
once I get it 100% organized, yes. Or 90. I'm gonna shoot for 90%.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shoot for 90 because I don't think 100% organized is possible. So.
Yeah. But we're going to sensing some inspiration for bolts maybe on Iron Giant. Maybe. Just a little bit.
Maybe. Yes.
Yeah, it's a fun.
Yes.
It is a really good story too, and a really good movie. If you've never seen it, obviously.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I'd recommend it. Like a lot of people, it kind of flew under the radar when it first came out.
Yeah.
And it's obviously grown in popularity since, but it's definitely it was advertised as for kids.
But it's not.
It is not. It's like a 1950s Cold War.
Anti-war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really good.
Yeah. Nerd tour, please.
Yeah, we'll do nerd tour.
But we are going to paint tonight.
Yes.
And we've got a couple different options that we want to have you guys choose from. We've got some spooky figures here, including a pumpkin, vine creeper creature. And you'll notice a theme here because we printed off a whole bunch of pumpkin stuff one year. Or we can do pumpkin spiders.
Yeah. The plan is to try to do them all tonight.
Yeah.
Because they're fairly simple, just some oranges, some greens, that kind of thing.
Scott needs to do it like a California celebrity tour.
Like pimp my nerd room type of a thing.
It'd be, no.
Cribs.
It'd be an episode of Cribs,
Yeah. But nibs. Like your username.
Yeah, like my username. Perfect. So kind of shout out what you want to see painted tonight. We'll paint it, and we've got some fun discussions.
Plant monster from Witcher 3. Ooh, haven't played it.
If I just type that in, I bet you it's going to come up.
Yeah, probably. Plant monster.
Plant monster from Witcher 3. Are you talking about the Arcspore? The Arcaspore?
Oh, yeah. Kind of does.
Yep, that does look like that. Yeah.
Just pumpkin instead of, creepy flower.
Brian is throwing us a curveball and saying that we should do face painting instead.
Okay, Cory.
All right.
Let's see. Get that contrast paint going.
It looks like so far we've got spiders. Plumpkin spider boys.
I'll start with spiders then.
Yep. I think that's what we're going with. So,
now my question is.
Ooh.
So here be a spider. Now.
Here there be spiders.
Are they a plant creature, or are they a spider that's used pumpkin as armor?
Or is it a spider that has pumpkin coloration?
Yeah.
Like defenses. I think it's a plant creature.
Plant creature?
Because we've got plenty of regular spiders anyway, right?
Okay. I'm just wondering what I should paint the underbelly, and I think I'll go with the green. Like the pumpkin stem vine.
You could actually do the insides to look kind of like the pumpkin guts, which is a little bit more yellowish.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like a little bit of yellow and brown. You see that that yellow and brown that you have right next to each other? Maybe like a combination of those two. Yeah, that one specifically would be perfect.
Well, this one's pumpkin colored.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the end, in yellow.
Yep. Yeah, we pumpkin camouflage like stick bugs have. Love pumpkin-themed monsters. It's that Yu-Gi-Oh card, Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts. Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh no, not Yu-Gi-Oh again. Just kidding. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Hate spiders IRL, so I love smiting them and setting fire to their corpses in D&D. Perfect.
Hey, D&D is your fantasies come to life, right?
Yeah. Spiders are definitely in line with Bosco's subclass he shared, I think. Yes, that is correct. Bosco did share a subclass on our Reddit. Not our Reddit, our Discord. We have a Reddit, but we never talk about it. But yeah, he did share a...
we don't talk about it.
No, yeah, we don't talk about it.
We don't go to that dark place.
No. But he did share a really cool spider-themed rogue subclass that I thought was pretty awesome.
I haven't looked, and I apologize. I just not a lot of time to read all that stuff.
Yeah, and
Barely
if anybody
else,
else,
to read my own
you
stuff.
should go check it out too. I don't know where. I think it's just in our All Things D&D page that he posted in.
Yes.
We should make like a homebrew section where people can post their own homebrew.
Yeah, we could do that.
But yeah.
Bosco actually posts a bunch of stuff in there, I believe.
Oh yeah, he's one of our.
Makes a lot of.
He's one of our favorite contributors. That's for sure. Let's see, where is it?
One of our top patrons.
Top patrons. Yeah, it's called the, and I'm gonna butcher this. It's called the Hand of Arenae. You know, a spider goddess of some sort. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but it's got some really cool stuff in it. You get to do some. Yeah, you get like a thorn whip that's like webbing. It's really cool. Beginning there. It's been a couple days since I've seen it, which means it's completely fled my mind.
Wow, good job, Cory.
Says the guy who's never actually seen it. So we printed these off a while ago.
They were years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. They were one of the first like Halloween themed.
It's just the scientific name for spiders, Arenae. Yeah.
Okay. Like the genus or whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we were just doing like a Halloween themed episode, or we were
planning on it.
Yes,
I don't think we ever got around to it.
We did do the first Terradale episode, which I don't have any plans to do this year. Unfortunately, I don't have another one planned. But originally, I was just like, just print me off a whole bunch of pumpkin shit. I'll just use that. And then I ended up doing something completely different when I came up with the idea.
I mean, that's kind of your MO, man.
Yeah.
Like, I get a whole list of things to print, and then I get constant, hey, by the way, do this instead. You love changing your mind on those.
It's true. Joe said, if anybody cares about an update on his home, which we do, we actually have contractors out this week. We have a few more days of natural gas piping and a lot of furring. A lot of furring out before drywall? Mm-hmm. Furring?
Yeah, it's you staple or nail strips to the studs to make them all level, so that when you drywall, everything is flat.
Okay, all right.
I don't do it that often, mainly because I'm just so good at laying down stud. No, just because I'm lazy.
Yeah. Also, I didn't notice this over on the Twitch chat, but Casey said Nibs Cribs.
Nibs Cribs, yeah. Okay.
Which, if I had any sort of artistic talent, I would do a series of people in an area showing off their homes.
Their different homes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, my name's Janjian, and this is my
inn.
My inn called the Satin Cat. Welcome.
Welcome to Crester Manor, and don't mind the fact that half of the tubs have been stolen by somebody.
What was that again? I don't remember that.
That was even Sarah Dawn wanted a nice tub on the Greatest Treasure.
Oh.
And so they literally
she had two tubs, and now she has one.
Yeah.
Because half of them have been stolen.
Yes, exactly. Yep. Which is not a lot for a mansion to begin with. Let's be honest.
It's really not.
Yeah, that does look like pumpkin gut yellow. I think you do the top, maybe the legs in green.
The legs I'm painting in yellow.
No. The top of the legs.
They have pumpkin on them.
They have pumpkin on them? Okay.
Yeah, because it's like
true.
That's the stem, and that's the pumpkin top.
Yeah.
And there's all pumpkin stuff.
Okay. Maybe do one of them in green on the bottom. We'll see how it looks too.
It's a pain to undo it, by the way.
No, what I mean is like we can have them be different colors.
Oh,
That's okay.
one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I thought you meant one of just like
No, one single leg in green.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I mean. Not at all.
Well, you gotta clarify.
Green and black spider. Ooh, because they do have like black pumpkins as well.
Oh,
that could be a good one.
I'll have to look up a reference for one. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Black pumpkin. I'm sure I can find it.
Yeah, they make green pumpkins too, but that's just usually like underripe ones, right?
Yeah, you could just do green accents on the legs as well. Black pumpkin. I mean, it's black. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you were looking for here.
It's just black.
It's just black, yeah.
It's just super black.
I'm in the process of making a psionic monk that uses psychometabolism, using psionics to enhance your physical form. So it could be a monk tank. Ooh, I like it. I like that.
A mank.
A mank.
Mank. Monk tank.
And then Brian says he's trying to make a fighter subclass, but not sure how to balance things. He's never homebrewed a subclass before. I had not until I did the Knife Dancer, and so I don't really have much advice for you, other than make sure you just follow the guidelines of other subclasses. Like, if it's got kind of a similar feel in, like, resources to another class, look and see how they manage it, rather than just trying to make up your own resources.
Yeah. And, honestly, the best way to balance is just to play test. Find a group or a person that you can play it in temporarily, or even just run through a solo adventure. There's a I can't remember if it's something you buy or you can get for free, but Jeannie D did a whole video about playing with yourself.
Oh yeah,
Literally what it was called, and it gives you a whole bunch of rules about like rolling for stuff, and then when you roll on tables, and then the tables will tell you what happens.
Yeah.
So that might be a way to determine how it's going to work.
Get a nice playtest going, yeah.
And don't forget to also do non-combat balancing.
Yeah. A lot of people working on subclasses tonight, apparently, in our chat, which is awesome.
I wish I had more time to play, because that would be something fun to be able to test out.
Yeah, agreed. I'd love to do. Oh, the inspiration. It might not be for our 5K special, but it would be kind of cool to take homebrew subclasses from our fans and run a one-shot with them.
That'd be wild.
That would be awesome. That was, by the way, that moment there, that was literally what happens to me when I come up with an idea for a game. Yeah. So everybody enjoy that.
Hey, I'm the same way. When I get inspiration, I have to pause everything I'm doing, pull up my document that has all my D&D ideas, and start scrambling to write it down before I forget it.
Yep.
Like, I'll wake up in the morning and be like, I just remembered something from my dream that was super weird and would work well as a D&D thing.
And then you wake up again and you go, what? Why did I write down bloated goblin corpse? What the heck was I thinking?
I mean, that's not a bad plot hook, really.
No, it's not. You find a bloated goblin corpse.
Yeah. What do you do?
What do you do? Perfect. Game done.
Yes.
I've got the next session.
One
yep.
Finished.
Everything is good.
Nothing else needs to be done. You find a bloated goblin corpse. What do you do?
Bosco is now talking about frantically posting his College of Flavor Bard, which I would be there for. I would absolutely be there for. Actually,
you cook.
Yeah.
You cook things, and a bunch of your attacks can be like throwing spices in your enemy's eyes for disadvantage and stuff like that.
Yeah. Actually, one thing that I'm excited for, as far as our games go, is I'll be getting a chance to play a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
In a little bit here.
Because Adventures with Darius is coming up.
Well, no. Besides that,
okay, never mind. I don't care.
No, remember Dallin talked about.
Oh yeah, you did.
He wanted to. He was like, "Hey, Cory, if you ever need a break, or if you wanted to do like a 3-week in Aneria and then 1 week doing something else, we could, kind of thing." So that would be awesome, and that would be. Once we build up that buffer for Aneria a little bit, we'll be able to do that, and then we can just post. On that 4th week, we can just post the
alternate games.
Yeah, the alternate games, which would be awesome. And I think he said he was going to run just an adventure itself.
Yeah,
like just straight up.
But that gives us a chance to play new classes and stuff.
Yeah, but I do like this idea of doing a one shot with homebrew classes.
Mm-hmm.
That would or homebrew subclasses. Homebrew.
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 I'm very humble.
I am very homebrew.
I'm the most humble.
So, Halloween.
Yes.
All Hallows Eve.
Yes.
And the month preceding it is always fun.
I agree.
It is a wonderful time where everybody gets to like just embrace kind of being a kid again.
Just
in my
their
opinion.
slutty self.
Yep, exactly.
I'm going as a slutty GM.
If you want that advantage, you
no,
need to earn it.
No. Cory, you must understand. A slutty GM is when all of my GM notes are public.
Ooh, oh my gosh.
Everyone can see them. All of them.
Yeah, so get your homebrew subclasses, all prepped and ready, because I think this might be happening at least sometime. I mean, as a GM, I pretty much feel like a dominatrix sometimes. Not a dom, not like a male dom, a female dominatrix. Let's be honest here.
No, you're every gender of dominatrix.
It's true. Yep. Well, so I was thinking today of weird questions to ask.
Okay.
And or to be asked.
Like in related to Halloween, or just
in related to actually our game and our streams and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And I thought one of the weirdest questions that we could be asked is, who's the horniest player?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, well, the answer is obviously me, because I have seduced every single member of the party except for Scott, and that's only because you made an asexual Warforged.
I never said they both was asexual. I just
PG-13, my butt. This is the streams. We can do whatever we want here.
Yeah, I don't know who would win that one. Probably Colby, honestly.
No, it'd be me.
You don't count. Who's the?
What?
What about the player?
I don't count. I'm not playing the game.
Nope. You're running the game. That doesn't count.
That's hurtful. That is very hurtful. But that's okay. You can be ignorant.
Go cry about it in an hour and
I will.
40 minutes.
I'll write this in my dream journal tonight. Scott said the worst thing today.
Just today. I have said worse things other days.
Yep. You count. The DM always counts. See? My wife agrees with me.
No, he doesn't. He has to use a calculator.
Yeah, the Chef Bard is really awesome. It's an awesome concept.
Chef Bard RD.
That I would be excited to play as for sure.
When I ran that game for your bachelor party.
Oh yeah. I don't think I was playing a bard.
No, you were playing Coramius, which was a chef.
Yep.
Not a bard. You were a fighter.
I think I was a fighter. Yeah.
I believe.
I was dual wielding.
Dual wielding meat
cleavers. Yeah.
Yes.
That was also 4th edition rather than 5th edition.
Yeah, take a drink.
Yep. Summon a food golem and make magical treats. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. But anyway, I wanted
Can bards summon some kind of a golem?
I mean, I think
they shapeshift and stuff. But...
Yeah, so they get access to some spells, I think. I don't know.
I guess a homebrew can do whatever they want, technically.
True. Yeah, you can give them access to the conjuration tree and have them do a summon whatever and just flavor it. Flavor it. Anyway, back to Halloween before we got on the slutty sidetrack.
And the weird questions.
And which is part of the slutty sidetrack, in my opinion.
Yes.
You're, as much as we both like Halloween, you're not much of a horror guy.
Not really.
You don't really like horror movies too much, but there's been a few.
My main issue with horror movies is not... I don't know. It's anytime I see a movie that's based on a true story and it's about ghosts or demons, I'm like, eh. Because I don't believe in that kind of stuff, so I don't feel like that doesn't really appeal to me.
Yeah.
You know? But I can still watch them in the capacity to be like, haha, that was goofy and dumb, you know?
Yeah.
Let me make fun of this, that kind of thing.
So what is What is your favorite Halloween-esque movie then?
Well, I want to go with the nerdy sci-fi answer and say Alien. Because I consider Alien horror, for sure.
Okay,
The Europa Report was pretty good.
And this question goes out to the chat, too, if you guys want to answer what your favorite Halloween movie is.
But I have to
Doesn't have to be scary.
I have to say it's either Cabin in the Woods...
Okay.
Or Krampus.
Krampus...
But I feel like Krampus is more
of a Christmas movie, yep, so...
No, it is horror,
so Cabin in the Woods probably wins it for you? Okay.
Yeah, probably takes the cake.
Yeah. I too do not watch too many horror movies. Only I also don't believe in ghosts or demons or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But my lizard brain is turned up to 11, and whenever I watch a scary movie, it doesn't matter if I believe it or not. My lizard brain starts seeing things in the corners of my eye and starts feeling things behind me that it shouldn't and panicking. So, yeah. So I'm going to have to go with what Casey says here, the second one. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
I was so glad you did because you took Cabin in the Woods from me, which is also one of my favorite movies.
We need to watch those.
And then she also says Trick or Treat, which is also a good one. Anna Paquin's in it. And it's really fun.
I have not seen it.
Yeah.
What's the one with Jennifer's Body? I enjoyed that movie.
Jennifer's Body's fun, yeah. Mm-hmm. Trying to think of a few others. There are a few other... Happy Death Day is kind of fun, too, and that's kind of horror-y. We just saw Freaky, Casey and I did.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the body swap, like one where with Vince Vaughn. That one was pretty funny. I do like some of the Jason movies. Jason X is really just cheesy and corny, which is great, but, yeah. Let's see what we've got here. Only like Eldritch horror and supernatural suspense.
I love Eldritch horror stuff, but I haven't seen anything.
There's not really that much mainstream
for
like
what's
Cthulhu.
The Lovecraft TV series.
Oh yeah,
that one is supposed to be pretty good. I haven't watched it yet, but
not a movie, but I watch Over the Garden Wall every year. Ooh, interesting. Okay. And some psychological thrillers, but hack and slash is dumb. It's dumb fun for me. That is like I love slasher movies because they literally are just the fun little like I'm gonna turn this on and shut off my brain. You know. Event Horizon, Richard says that's a good one.
Good. That's a good choice.
Don't do horror really. However, I usually do all right with zombies. That's so. What are some good zombie movies? Besides Zombieland. Like, Zombieland's good, but...
no, that's pretty good.
I
mean, there's always, like, Day of the Dead and...
Yeah.
And neither Romero zombie stuff.
Yeah, typically that's pretty good. What was the one? Cooties.
Cooties was pretty good,
yeah, with the kindergarten class. And, Casey, give me some zombie movies here. She says Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That is another cheesy one. If you guys have not seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, you actually should watch it because it is stupid and hilarious at the same time.
Stillarious.
Cory and Scott, have you seen the Dragon movie that they made, or the silent version of Call of Cthulhu from H.P. Lovecraft's Historical Society? Or the Dagon. Sorry, not Dragon, Dagon. No, I haven't seen either of those. Again, usually the non-mainstream ones kind of fall under my radar. Even though I try to grab them. And thank you, Anthony, for $13.99 with a laughing lemon man. Appreciate it. Scout's Guide to the Apocalypse. That was a good one.
That one was good.
Yeah, that was. Shoot, there was another one that I wanted to mention. Zombies.
Just Google it.
Zombies. I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head. I don't remember Brain Dead.
You have nothing to prove.
I don't know if you liked it, but The Frighteners from Peter Jackson, I thought that one is fun.
That's a kind of older one, right?
That was the one with the ghosts. Yeah,
it was okay.
With I think one of the problems was you got the extended edition, which they try to do with every Peter Jackson film apparently now. And there was a lot of stuff in there that I was like, this kind of ruins the flow of the movie a little bit. It has Gary Busey in it. That's fun.
I mean, he's scary without...
Does Shaun of the Dead count? Yes, it does. Thank you. That's it. That's what I was thinking of. Shaun of the Dead. That's a good one. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. That's not the type of zombie movie I'm looking for here. Yeah, so the Frighteners is actually pretty funny. Like, it's a little bit more comedy horror. if you're a fan of Michael J. Scott, and you're a fan of... Michael J. Fox, sorry.
Michael Scott is from
The Office.
Yeah.
He's really good in it, and it's got Jeffrey Combs in it, which is awesome.
Yeah, I did like it because of that.
Yeah.
Because he's the investigator or whatever.
Yeah, the weird investigator. It's also got... Did I say it has Gary Busey already?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty good at it, so... Yeah, from Back to the Future. Yep. That is correct. 28 Days Later, I didn't like 28 Days Later.
Yeah, everyone talked it up, and I went and watched it, and I was just like, it's okay.
So it's not a movie, but I liked the Call of Cthulhu Crystal Palace with Taliesin Yaffe. Frighteners was awesome. Arlie Ermy. Ermy. The drill instructor guy. You know him. He's the drill instructor in every movie up until his death. He was really good in that movie, too. Wormwood. You want a weird Australian zombie movie, go watch Wormwood. This truck runs on zombies. They literally power it by with zombie juice, which is great.
Gross.
Yep.
But also eco-friendly. I have Wormwood...
Anyone seen Fallen with John Goodman and Denzel Washington? I have not.
No, I have not.
These are all great ones to add to the list.
Put them down. Write them down.
Yeah, okay. You're right. I don't have anything going on right now. I'll just pull up the list and write all these movies down. World War Z. I actually did like World War Z.
I really enjoyed the book, and I thought the movie was all right as well.
Yeah. The book is incredible, in my opinion. Yeah. It is... the one thing that I don't like about the audiobook version of it is that they cut out some of the stories because it's like an abridged version. Yeah. And they cut out things like the dog story where the guy is trained, like he's talking about how he met the dog on the apocalypse and trained them to help like route zombies and things like that. And I was like, why would you cut that one? That's one of the best.
Yeah.
Cooties was the one with Elijah Wood. Oh, that's right. That's the Tainted Chicken one. I'm thinking of the other one with Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah.
And Josh Gad.
Yeah. He's like the singer guy or whatever.
Yeah, he's the Barney-esque Wiggles figure.
Yeah.
Warm Bodies was an alright rom-com, which is great to say.
I actually really like Warm Bodies.
Little Monsters, thank you. Yeah, also, what was the other? Love and Monsters. If you guys haven't seen Love and Monsters, that's a really good one, too.
That's not really a horror, though. That's
true.
It's more post-apocalyptic, kaiju-esque.
Thank you for another $13.99, Anthony.
Yeah, thank you. You must really like these pumpkin spiders.
It's true. Yep. Gotta love them. They're delicious. There are so many freaking horror movies out there, though. Like
it is probably one of the best selling genres. I would imagine just the sheer number of people that love Halloween.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up a list here because I like to do lists, right? I'm gonna do the top 100 best horror movies of all time.
Okay.
And I want your opinions on them, even if you haven't seen them. Okay.
Okay.
And you guys can chime in as well if any of them catch your eye or you want to.
Or if they catch your eye. Or...
Number 100, The Blair Witch Project.
Meh.
I don't like how it started a trend of...
I will.
Of handycam. I don't like found footage movies.
I will admit
they make me anxious.
So I was in high school when this came out, right? I will admit that for the time, it was amazing as far as marketing goes. Mm-hmm, it had amazing marketing, and it had... People were talking about it like crazy, and it was obviously like the first found footage style.
Yep.
I will admit that, but I watched maybe 20-odd minutes here and there, and I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into the found footage stuff. Because for me, growing up, that was, if I want to watch this, I'm just going to go watch YouTube videos.
Yeah. So my big problem with it is, with found footage specifically, is, in horror movies, when they want to scare you, they turn off the music, right?
Yeah.
Like, they've got the kind of... They do the build-up music sometimes, but every now and then they'll, like, shut off the music and then just have you, like, be there in silence while you wait for the jump scare to happen. Well,
and you can only hear the breathing of the person.
And that's exactly what found footage movies do to me. Is they give me that feeling of anxiety that something's going to happen the whole time because there's no music going on. We're getting a lot of 100 boo, found footage is the real curse, 2 out of 10, Blair Witch sucked. Yes, good. I'm glad that we're all on the same page with this. Casey says it was okay, as our resident horror expert. She's seen them all. 99. And again, I have to remind you that you are telling me what you think about these movies,
even if you
haven't seen it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Haxan, or Witchcraft Through the Ages, 1922.
Sounds dumb. Honestly, sounds like a documentary that they could have made in a cool documentary format, but then they decided to try to go horror with it.
Yeah. A truly unique silent film, Haxan is presented as a historical documentary and warning against hysteria, but in function it plays much more like a true horror film, considering the time frame.
I changed my mind. It sounds extra fucking dumb.
Perfect. I'm weird. I don't like watching horror, but I love running horror in arcs and D&D. Yes, this guy too. You love the gothic horror kind of stuff.
Yeah. Gothic horror, eldritch horror. Give it to me all.
Oh, I've never seen Brain Dead then, Casey. I think you've watched it, but I don't think I have. All right. Number 98. This is a long list. Here we go. The Conjuring from 2013. It's got Owlman in it from The Watchmen.
Again, it's another... This is based on a true story of ghosts. so I have zero. I care zero.
Yeah.
We probably need to do fast if we're going to go through 100 of these. You can do the top 20.
Well, it's too late. We're already on 97. 97, The Burning, 1981. I'm skipping. We haven't seen it. We'll just do that.
Yep.
I haven't seen it. We'll skip. The second one is scarier as far as The Conjuring is concerned. Yeah. Y'all should try and run 10 Candles sometime. Fun one-shot horror tragic. The only horror RPG that I've run that's specifically horror is actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf one-page rules.
That one was fun.
That was really good. Did you curse, Scott? Yes. Yes, Scott did.
What?
This is the streams. Anything can happen. We can talk about who's horny and we can say the F word.
Who said that?
That was Anthony. So if our patron doesn't like it, you have to stop. They look like people from 2015. Gonna skip that one.
Sounds like aliens.
Yeah, it's a far creepier. Oh come on, just give me never mind. This list is being all waxing poetic on me. So we're just going to move on. In Fabric 2019, Satyr 2021, Sator, sorry.
I was going to say, Satyr, wasn't that the one where... Oh, that was called Horns. That wasn't a horror movie, though.
The Invitation from 2016.
The Invitation from 2022, episode 1 of season 2 of Tales of Aneria. Go check it out.
Yes, please go check it out.
Not a horror episode, but awesome nonetheless.
Can we do cards? No, we can't do cards.
Can't do cards.
Darn it. Oh, well.
After the fact, yes, but...
It's okay to curse, my laddie, he says, so you're free. The muzzle can come off.
Oh, fuck yeah. I probably shouldn't let it out all the time, just in case.
We're 30 minutes in. It's fine.
Yeah, they don't care.
Okay, 92, Paranormal Activity 2007.
Paranormal Activity. I'm trying to remember that one.
That's the found footage, but it's all security cameras.
And it's aliens, right?
No, it's a possession.
Oh yeah.
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah,
You're thinking of the fifth kind or the third kind.
Fourth kind.
The fourth kind. I'm sure there's a movie called The Third, The Fourth, and the Fifth Kind.
You just Monty Python that. The third kind, the fifth kind, fourth kind. Sorry.
Fourth kind, yes. Not scary, says Casey.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was an interesting way to do that, but yeah.
More found footage, rips hair out.
No, not the hair.
91, Creepshow, 1982, from George Romero.
I've heard decent things about it. I haven't seen it.
It's like the anthology series that basically spawned Tales from the Crypt and things like that.
Spawn? Another good one.
Yeah, sure.
Not really a horror one, though.
Cory. I didn't realize that Anthony was saying a question to Scott. I thought he was saying that Cory cursed Scott. I do all the time.
Yeah. Why do you think I roll so bad?
It's true.
Not even Bosco's special dice can help.
Black Christmas, no. The Stuff from 1985. Enough is never enough with The Stuff. It's basically like an anti-capitalist horror. Where
That's like They Live, right? Or...
Yes. Yeah, but except for in this one, it is literally like you're consuming something that's making you brainwashed. Right?
Look at this fool. He drinks tap water still.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. There's a lot on here that this guy's got on this list that I'm like, okay, whatever.
High five if you know what that reference is from.
That's Godzilla? Yeah.
Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah. That's a good one. Troll 2. I don't think Troll 2 is going to be on this list, but yeah. But yeah.
Might be like a cult classic or something. You
know? Number 86. The Wolfman, 1941.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I like all the classic ones. This was a spoiler, but at one point I was gonna get a bunch of them for Casey, like T-shirts that all were all the different all the different classic like Dracula and Wolfman and Swamp Thing and.
She has a Wolfman one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was gonna get all of them for
I think
as gifts.
I think you gave her the movie collection already.
Did I? I might have.
I believe she has the classic movie monster collection. Yes.
Yeah. Lon
Chaney's Wolfman was actually really fun. Oh, nice. Again, I haven't seen it myself either. I need to watch it as well.
I think I have it on.
And then they're saying that they're loving the orange on the spiders as well. We've got a
right. Isn't that it's such a good orange. It's my favorite. I think it's one of my favorite contrast paints. It looks way better off camera too.
Does Bela Lugosi cameo as a specific other monster, or just as Bela Lugosi character, just a Bela Lugosi? Carnival of Souls. I think Casey said she watched that one. I don't think she said.
It just sounds like
it.
a PlayStation 4 game.
Yeah, 1962. I think it takes place in Utah. It's like a cult in the Saltaire.
Oh, I mean, it's Utah.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, The Host from 2006. I don't know too much about it, but that looks like a really cool monster. Actually, I'll show that to you. Casey says it was dumb. So this is the picture that they show.
Kind of like almost a boulette.
Yeah, it's that's a foreign movie. Definitely, that's one of the an Asian film.
I mean, you can switch it back to the big
Oh, that's
camera.
right. I guess I can do a bigger camera, huh? Yep. That's a cool. It's all blurry because that's the only good shot that they could get of the monster, but it's real, guys. It is real, and it lives in the Pacific Northwest.
Totally real.
Need some green accents on the pump spiders.
Yeah.
Spiderkins.
Yes, I agree. And in fact, this one is going to get a green outside. Because sometimes some of the pumpkins you buy are green.
Yeah.
And they've got that green, almost speckled look.
1980s Friday the 13th, number 80.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, what's your favorite part?
I never said I've seen it. It's the part where the one guy kills the other guys.
Yeah. There's not a guy killer in this one, though.
The girl killer.
Friday the 13th is, and this is a 40-year-old spoiler at this point, I suppose. Friday the 13th, Jason is not the killer in it. It's Jason's mom.
Oh, it's just like,
yeah, he doesn't come back until the
Adam
second
Sandler
one.
movie. Huey Dubois.
Oh, Huey Halloween?
Yeah.
That one was funny. I know a lot of people, kind of diss on Adam Sandler these days, but Huey Halloween was good. Yeah.
Huey Dubois. Because his mom was doing all the attacks, remember?
Yeah, that's right. The Curse of Frankenstein from 1957. That doesn't sound like a...
I mean, I think that the regular Frankenstein, the first one,
yeah,
I think that's cool, but
yeah,
then they went down they had syndrome of sequel syndrome, right?
Yes, and it was pretty bad back then. Like Dracula meets Abbott and Costello or whatever.
Yeah.
Hereditary from 2018. I don't remember what that's about. I think it's about genetics and why we shouldn't have them.
Why we should not have jeans,
Yep.
guys, at all.
Nobody should ever wear jeans ever again. The Nightmare? No, don't worry about it. 75 is Cabin in the Woods. That needs to be higher, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend said it was really scary, so I need to watch it. Okay, as far as Hereditary goes. Just khakis. Yep, just khakis. Or,
Corduroy. So we
corduroy.
can make that swish swish sound when we walk.
Or, like me, I just wear regular, like cloth pants.
Basketball shorts.
Basketball shorts, that kind of thing.
But you've never played
Yeah.
basketball ever in your life.
Gourd rantulas, gourd weaver spiders, pumpkin pider. Pumpkin pider. That's a good one.
This one kind of almost reminds me of watermelon.
REC, or Rec, from 2007. It's another found footage one, but this one is a little bit more interesting. Basically, they...
Oh, I was thinking like rec center.
No, like
not
a rec center.
record.
This news crew follows along it's either a police force or like a fire department as they go investigate like a call inside an apartment building.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe like Quarantine is also kind of based off, not Quarantine. There's another one that's based off Rec, but there's basically a zombie virus going on inside, or some sort of possession thing is going on inside, and they have to like get out, or they have to kill the thing because they're being trapped inside or something like that. VHS, yeah, VHS is actually a really good one. Even though it is found footage, it's like a collection of found footage ones
Oh, that's the
in
one
a
with the
different
Twinkie
style.
Wiener sandwich, right?
Huh?
That's the one with the Twinkie Wiener sandwich, right?
That's
In the-
UHF.
in the library.
Yes.
Don't you know?
Oh yes, okay, so it was
Quarantine.
Quarantine, yeah.
See, I like. Okay, I'm gonna hot take, or maybe not so much.
Okay.
I like when a movie has, like possession elements, but it's a mutated fungus or something like semi-scientific. You
Okay.
know,
Like The Blob.
yes, yes, similar to that. But I hate.
Casey's seen The Blob, I think.
But I hate when it's like, oh, it's a demon from hell, and it's like, come on, guys.
Ghosts are my least favorite, just because the directors never know how to make them follow their own rules as far as ghosts go.
Sometimes they can touch you, other times they can't. Sometimes they can hurt you, other times they can't.
And then they come up with like, this is how you get rid of a ghost, and they go, great, let's do it, and then they do it, and it never works.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can't banish
Unless
a ghost
you're
that
little-
way, like,
unless you're a little class of Japanese kids.
yeah.
Cabin in the Woods.
The word quarantine should be banned. That's real life horror.
Yes, the worst horror movie, 2020.
Yes.
2020, the documentary.
Casey says The Blob was super fun. Of course, she's seen it. Okay, here's one for you that you're gonna be. I might get you interested in. It's 73. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Okay.
So it's basically just kind of a movie about a serial killer, like starting to be a serial killer, I believe. I've only seen like bits and clips from it. But what's really interesting is the main character is Michael Rooker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Yondu.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Ghost touch weapons, gets rid of ghosts. Yeah, but then this like one ghost doesn't get like, it doesn't matter. They always come back for that final thing, and it makes me just go, you're just not following your rules now. The Others was a great ghosty movie. Mm.
Why does that sound familiar? Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know. Casey, you can't say that a serial killer movie sounds fun. That one was fun, she says. Let's see, what else we got here?
Why do you think I lock my bedroom door at night, Cory?
It's true. Son of Frankenstein from
I'll hear
1939.
you scream first, and then I'll go, oh, okay. I need to hide from Casey. Got it.
Oh, you know what's another one that stars Jeffrey Combs that's really campy and fun?
Star Trek.
Horror movie wise. That one episode of Star Trek.
They're all Jeffrey Combs, Cory.
It's the Reanimator.
Oh, okay.
It has one of like the weirdest scenes in horror movies in it, but it's pretty fun. And I'm not going to repeat what that scene is. Just don't watch it with your kids in the room.
It's not Human Centipede, is it?
No, it's I could cut the mic for a moment and tell you, I suppose. We need to get a mute button on.
There's a mute button.
Just a moment, I'll tell you.
Someone that
Okay, we're
can
back.
read words.
Yeah, somebody is
It's
like sitting there reading my lips.
Scandalous.
Yes, you can say whatever the hell you want. Hell damn fart. Number 67, It Follows from 2015. It's an allegory about STDs. Yep.
Oh yeah. Actually, I saw something about this and it made me go, okay, now I kind of want to watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's literally a horror STD, right?
It is literally a horror STD, yes. But it looked interesting. It's just kind of like you have to like, I think you have to like kiss somebody or have sex with somebody and then it passes the curse onto them and they die. Yep. No, the Human Centipede series cracks me up. Oh, the Human Centipede series, yeah. It's dumb. That is a dumb series. Cat People from 1942. No.
Sounds terrifying.
Christopher Lee in Horror of Dracula, 1958. That's
cool,
on
but
this
it's
list.
also really weird to realize how old he actually is.
Oh, bye, Anthony. Thank you for stopping by.
Have a good one.
The Omen, 1976. This is the one where they adopt or give birth to the Antichrist. And the kid is like, he's just a kid, but already people are like, doing his bidding.
They made a cartoon series about this just a little bit ago on FX. The Girl's the Antichrist.
Really? Oh yeah, that's right. Little devils or something like that. Yeah. I know what you got. Gives birth. Named Damien. Yep. The maid, like on his like 5th birthday, she hangs herself in front of the entire party after calling up to him saying, "I'm doing this for you, Damien." Like it's some crazy shit. Mm. Creepy kids are the creepiest. Yes. Out of all the kids,
you don't even have to say creepy kids. Kids are just the creepiest.
Yeah, kids are just the creepiest.
Do some creepy stuff.
Misery, number 59 from 1990.
That's the broken ankle one.
Yes, I cannot watch that scene at all. Every time I used to watch Mojo, and every time they do any sort of like list that would involve Misery, they would always show that scene, and I would have to look away. It is.
See, that scene doesn't bother me, because I can't even think about it. I look at it and it's very. It's practical effects, right?
Yeah.
But it's not that great. Like you can look and you can be like, yeah, that's obviously fake.
Oh, I was gonna talk to you about this, about practical effects. Taking a break from our list for a moment. So we watched Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2 last night. Mm-hmm. The new one, right? And
I know you guys were out until like 10 o'clock. Sheesh, on a school night.
No, we were only out till 9. We got home by 9.
On a school night.
Broken ankle method acting scene. Can you imagine?
Oh gosh.
If James Caan was like, do it. Trust me, it'll be better. No, but so we're watching Hocus Pocus.
Sorry, we didn't have the sound turned on for that take. Can we do it again? No. And then I have to put it back in place. Yeah. And he has to act about not being in pain.
Yep. Can't remember all the others I've tried right now. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so we watch Hocus Pocus, and there's a part where Bette Midler, her character, asks the book to show her like a spell, right? And it goes through the practical effect, like flipping of the pages, where they probably got like a leaf blower down there, and they're blowing the pages so they all flip rapidly, right? Which is cool. That's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus 2, when the book does that, they CG the pages,
Ah.
right? And I went. It
Lazy.
looks lazy. It looks bad.
Because they don't put enough money. CG can look really good, but you got to spend a lot of money
Yep.
on it. And I'm sorry, Hocus Pocus 2 is not going to be a very high budget film.
No, well, it should be, in my opinion. Like it garnered enough attention that it should have gotten at least a little bit more budget than it probably did. Joe says he's a father of 6. Kids are creepy. So that is coming from the actual father.
Yeah.
How many times have your kids woken you up in the middle of the night by standing at the edge of your bed and saying something weird or singing a song, you know?
I'm thirsty. The creepy man in the wall said I'm thirsty.
Number 58, Trick or Treat. We talked about that one a little bit. That was 2007 that came out. It's kind of an anthology in itself, but the stories are all kind of a little bit related. Ooh, a little bit of green on the bottom.
Doing like a maybe green.
Can you pull up the other one? I want to compare them. Instead of taking a drink like you wanted to. Too many times, yeah. I like them both.
Yeah, me too.
Yep, I think they both have merits. Not to mention, it'll be easier to be like, I do the yellow, or I attack the yellow spider.
Yeah, protect the yellow one.
Yep. But Trick or Treat has Anna Paquin and Brian Cox in it, which Brian Cox is a Stryker from X-Men, so it's got a couple of the X-Men in it. Yeah.
It was probably right off. When did it come out?
2007.
So it was fairly close to X-Men 2.
I think so, yeah.
They were like 2006, I think, or something like
Yep.
that.
They were big
So yeah,
at the time, right?
Big, popular. Everyone knows who they are. Throw them in a movie together.
Yep. Number 50 is Scream from Wes Craven.
Okay.
I do like Scream because I do like the whole meta commentary that it provides. The other ones get a little bit too into the weeds for me.
I like
meta.
that they spun off the Wayans brothers.
The queen looks like a face hugger from Alien is hiding in a pumpkin, so right on brand. Yep.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I don't like it, but I like that I don't like it.
Yes, R.I.P. in peace, Wes Craven. I've heard people saying it like that, and
R.I.P. in peace.
yes, and it bugs me, but
well, it's like saying ATM,
now I can't say
ATM
it.
machine.
Yep, ATM machine.
Automated teller machine.
The Orphanage 2007. Haven't heard of that one.
Orphans are
Ooh,
creepy.
here's one. The Descent 2005.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have never seen it. But
Never seen it.
That, like, so isn't it like some kind of subterranean creature that we've never seen before?
Yeah, it's like a people who got trapped down in the cave and then became.
That creeps me out. Ooh.
Yeah.
Because it's something like really normal or natural, I guess. And yeah, we definitely don't know what the hell is going on down in some of these deep dark caves.
Brian wants to know if you use color palette generators when you are painting ever.
Sometimes I pull up like color wheel so I can get like opposite colors and stuff. Most of the time I use a lot of references. So like in this case, I looked up just a bunch of pumpkins before this. Just kind of like pick some of the colors, pre-pick the colors that I thought fit pumpkin theme the best. And I'm just doing these kind of quick and dirty. I'm not spending a lot of time on them. They're gonna get like 2-3 colors. They're gonna get like the 3-color Warhammer treatment. Right?
Yeah, basically.
3 colors and they're playable type of a deal.
The actors weren't introduced to the creatures in that movie. Can you explain a little bit more, like, until they saw them on set? Or was it, like, they weren't at all, like, associated with them, like they were all shot separately? I need to know. Inquiring mind needs to know. What I don't like about The Descent is spelunking is terrifying to me. Well, as a fat man, I cannot imagine going into tight places.
Well, that's that scene in Rings of Power when he's like trying to squeeze through the tunnel and the goblins are coming after him or whatever.
Yeah, that one.
And it's like, oh gosh, she's gonna get it, you know.
Yep.
But that's what I think makes The Descent creepy is the fact that is something that could happen to someone. And probably has.
Yeah,
you know?
Probably.
It's why I won't watch 27 hours or 127 hours or whatever, where the guy...
Oh, with James Franco?
Yeah, where he has to cut his own arm off. Like, ugh.
Yeah, that does suck.
Not because of the arm thing, like, yeah, that's going to be gross, but because, like, this could happen at some point to someone, and it's like, no, thank you.
So their reactions are legit when they first encounter them. Okay. So it's like in Aliens, when they did the chest burster scene, they didn't tell the actors for the first...
Besides John Noble.
John
Hurt.
John Hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong John.
Wrong John. Wrong John.
Oh, hey, Caleb. Welcome. Nice to see you again as well. Glad you could join us.
Thank
We're
you
going
for-
through horror movies right now.
Yeah, while painting some creepy creatures.
Yep, some creepy crawlers, some might say.
If anyone has any ideas on some creepy creatures we could paint, I could print them off before next stream.
Ooh, yeah.
Get them ready.
If you can find some, yeah. Number 47, Videodrome, 1985.
Okay, all I can think of is the TMNT Technodrome.
Technodrome.
Yeah.
So this is a David Cronenberg film, by the way. So it's weird and kind of has a lot of body horror stuff to it.
Yeah.
At one point, they stick a living VHS into a guy's stomach that is like thirsting for it. It's like, and I can't describe it any better way than other than thirsting. It's like gasping for, yeah, I need that VHS. Yes, please do like the stream for the mighty algorithm. Let them know that you are watching and enjoying everything.
Yes, and share it if you've got anyone you know that would think that we are funny or fun or dumb or whatever reason they would want to watch us for. Please.
Hey guys, doing well horror movies. The Last Airbender, yes, that is a horror movie.
Oh,
Yep, M. Night Shyamalan's
stream
The
over.
Last
Gross.
Airbender, which definitely did not happen.
Controversial. Probably gonna lose my geek card. I've never watched the cartoon.
Neither have I. I've seen like 2 episodes of it, but that's fine.
I don't think that anything wrong with the cartoon at all. I think.
What really bugged me, or what I really find impressive about The Last Airbender is the movie was terrible, but the advertising for it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy crap, did they grab like everything they could that was mildly interesting and make it seem epic? Because Casey and I went and saw it and made fun of the movie the entire time because it was shit. And then we got home and like the next day we saw a trailer for it.
And it made you
on an advertisement.
Did we watch the same movie?
Yeah, and I went. I kind of want to go see this again, like just for the this cool fight scene that I don't remember basically.
Yeah, I was really excited for like the Earthbenders and stuff, and
yeah,
and it ended up being a big old bag of nothing.
Oh, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
Big old lumpy bag of nothing.
All right, continue.
I have to say, I think this one is my favorite, Cory.
Yeah.
With
the green.
the green. Yeah.
I like the other one.
With the yellow.
Yeah.
It's because you chose it.
It's true. Avatar: The Last Airbender is my all-time favorite series. Did you also like? Does that include
Korra?
The Book of Korra, or The Legend of Korra as well?
The Lump of Korra.
Earthbenders, best benders, yes.
Yes.
Actually, Bender from Futurama.
This is the best Bender. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that does include The Legend of Korra.
All right. What color am I doing the inside of this guy?
Black.
Black inside.
Oh.
I could.
I mean,
but black and green don't really
no.
stand out very well.
It would have to be black on the outside. I don't know.
What about like a creepy brown, like a spider brown?
Spider brown?
Yeah.
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 That could be good.
A fur colored brown. How about Wildwood?
How about another David Cronenberg movie, Scott? The Fly. With,
okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's cool.
Yeah. Like Jeff Goldblum's one of his breakout roles, right?
Like he broke out of the tube, the fly tube.
Yeah.
He got merged.
Yep. Yeah. I'm just gonna say yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. And I love The Legend of Korra, and very frequently have heated disagreements with my family about the show. Yeah, I heard it got a lot of hate.
I saw TLOK and I thought TWOK, The Wrath of Khan.
Well, I mixed them up and I thought it was Wrath of the Lich King for a moment there. I added a W.
Yeah.
And switched the letters around. So, number 42, Carrie. From 1976, although you've seen the remake.
I've seen the remake, and I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that the old one was cool, too. I haven't seen it, but I think it's cool just for laying the foundation for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there is definitely, when that kind of stuff happens, we're like, oh, yeah, that's Carrie moment, you know?
Yeah, it's true. We actually, the latest episode of She-Hulk, at the end, we were like, oh, is this her Carrie moment? Like, holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
All right, took a drink. I know I'm not allowed to do that. I apologize.
How dare you pause?
I know. I'm so sorry. Old Carrie is best Carrie. You know what? I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other.
Is the best Carrie.
It's true. Carrie Fisher is the best Carrie. My wife probably has an opinion on which one she likes better, but I've seen both of them once, and they were pretty much the same as far as it goes. I don't. That falls into another anxiety category for me, is high schools and bullies in high schools, because I hate to see kids get bullied, and it hurts.
That's why
really
you
bad.
won't watch. That's why you won't watch
Twilight? No,
not Twilight.
Although I did
The
get
Office, because
it's true.
You don't like how they treat Pam.
Yeah, I don't like how they treat Pam, so I've only seen Phyllis.
Phyllis.
Yeah, I've only seen 3 episodes, and I really don't like the way that they were treating her at the beginning there, so I haven't watched it since. I will say that I did get anxiety during the first Twilight movie when Casey drugged me to see it, only because it reminded me of cringe high school, and I hated that. I was just like, I don't want to be reminded of high school at all. Thank you very much. Same as because it's the same story. I think I enjoyed the original more. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
I just like because she's telepath or telekinetic.
Yeah. Evil Dead 2, specifically, number 40.
Okay.
Which is the remake. So the thing that's weird is Evil Dead 2 is the exact same story with the exact same characters as Evil Dead 1, but Sam Raimi decided to make it funnier. more of his signature style, like he hadn't found his style yet. Yes, you did drag me to Twilight. Thank you very much. I did not go see that on my own.
Ooh, spouse fight!
Live on stream. Number 39, The Babadook.
Okay. I like it just because I like saying the name. Babadook.
It gave us a good meme.
And it's also got the guy from Fringe, right? Doesn't he play? He's like the CIA director in Fringe. Black guy, bald head, kind of skinny.
I don't know if he's in here or not. Yeah.
Could be thinking of someone totally different. But...
What was I going to say?
Something about Babadook? I don't know. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, it gave us a great meme, is what it did. It's the "Why can't you just be normal?" and then
the kid in the back.
The kid in the back screaming. That's from the Babadook. Chris wanted to watch it at the house. No, we went and saw it in theaters. Casey, I will fight you on this.
Pulling up the memories from Facebook.
I liked the poem/rhyme of Babadook. Interesting.
Don't know what.
Okay, want to creep your party out? Next game, hold on. Plug your ears, Scott. Make a vampire encounter if they cast dawn or daylight spells. Make him sparkle and he gets a buff to sunlight spells. Love it.
It's not really creepy, though.
I ain't afraid of you. Yeah, you shouldn't be. I'm a big lovable doof. I guess I do have to ask the question since we are talking about Twilight. Are you Team Sparkle Vampire or Team Wolf Boy?
If I have to choose, probably
Yes.
Wolf Boy.
Okay, yeah, about the same.
Even though I prefer vampires overall.
And I'm a furry, so I prefer werewolves.
It's the way they portrayed it. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I don't like the way that they did werewolves in Twilight.
Well, I mean, it was written by a Mormon, so...
Is she Mormon?
Yep, she's LDS.
Oh, all right then.
There are some strange...
Gross, Cory.
There's some strange religious connotations to some of that stuff if you really look into it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yep. But the Babadook is actually it's an allegory for grief. And
I thought it was a creepy tall guy.
It is. But it's something you can't get rid of, and it just kind of lives in your basement. Like, they literally, that's how the movie ends, is the Babadook is just living in their basement.
Okay.
And every now and then, like, it'll come out and they have to, like, kind of put it back in by, like, working through issues rather than, that kind of thing. Like, it is not a, and I think that's an interesting way to do that. But yeah,
you can never kill the monster, you can only suppress it.
Yeah. Halloween, number 37, from John Carpenter, the original, like the first Halloween movie with Mike Myers.
And
Not
Sigourney
Mike
Weaver, right? Isn't she in the first one?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yep. The other
badass female.
The other badass
warrior
from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yep, 70s and 80s. I like it.
I do.
Again, it's kind of just one of those like dumb slasher movies, but I think
it's kind of like didn't really not necessarily started the genre, but like pushed it ahead.
Yeah.
Like leapt it ahead.
Mm-hmm. And it gave us Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's a treasure. So
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I love her in True Lies.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver is an alien. Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. My favorite final girl is Neve Campbell. That's a good one. That is a good final girl. Yes.
Name sounds familiar. I'm not placing a face.
She's the Scream girl. She's from Scream. I'll pull her up and you might recognize her. Not Never Campbell. Neve Campbell.
Never Campbell soup. Never.
This is Neve Campbell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's been in a few other things, I think, but
yeah, she was kind of I feel like Scream was maybe her like big hit, and then it didn't really go very far.
Yeah.
Or at least she didn't, for whatever reason.
The Witch from 2016 with Anna Taylor-Joy.
I mean, there's been witches all throughout the ages. You don't have to just pick on the one from 2016.
It's a weird one. Like it's a very stylized.
But you love hags.
I do, but it's not really about like a witch. It's just about a family being haunted by a witch and.
Haunted by a witch. What?
Yep.
That sentence alone makes me think it's stupid.
A little bit, yeah.
Haunted by a witch.
Hey, Spam, thank you. Is that a spider or a drider? Looks like a spider. It is a pumpkin spider.
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
That's a kind of a green pumpkin. We've got like a little orange gag going on here.
Yep, because it's spooky season.
Spooky season.
Joe says, got sucked in, read the Twilight series about 6 times. You know what?
Really? That's like...
That's completely fine.
That was how I was with Hunger Games.
Hunger Games?
Yeah, I got really sucked into it.
I laughed out loud at Hunger Games.
And then the movie came out.
Like in the middle of a college class, I laughed out loud. Because, so I read the first one, and I was like, oh, this is really cool.
Like in a bad way?
Yeah, it was a bad laugh out loud.
Oh, darn.
Because in the first one, they do this whole, like, they play up the media to make her a sympathetic character, right?
Right.
And it really works for that particular book, because it's like showing the tragedy that she's going through and everything like that, and how she doesn't want to play along, but she kind of has to, and da-da-da-da. And then in the second book, they do the whole, like, they're doing the whole media circus again, and she announces that she's pregnant. And it was literally at that moment that I laughed out loud, and then, like, looked around at class and went, sorry, kind of thing. Like, it wasn't during, like, the teacher's lecture or anything like that, but I laughed a little bit, because I just thought it was so ridiculous, and I was just like, why would the people of the Capitol believe that? And then now I know better. Now I know that the people will believe anything if you put it on TV.
Yeah, you put it on TV and claim that it's real. You claim that it's based on a true story, and you want to believe it.
Yeah. Yep, Z, we are doing spooky stuff as much as we can this month, because it is because Christmas gets its own season from November on.
We have some creepy stuff to print or
for
print
Christmas?
and paint for
Ooh,
Christmas.
That's right. Yeah, we did.
But if you got any ideas for monsters, let us know
Mm-hmm.
for Halloween level monsters, because I want to paint some.
1968's Night of the Living Dead with Romero, the first one, basically.
Okay, cool.
That one is a very tragic ending. The only person who is alive at the end of it is the black guy, and he's kind of stumbling around after spending an entire night fighting zombies and everything.
Yeah.
He's really tired,
Yeah.
and because he's stumbling around, the posse that comes in to round up and kill the zombies thinks he's one too, and just shoot him, and then put him on the, like, they don't even question it. They just kill him and then move on to another thing.
You would have to armor yourself, like, mentally in a zombie apocalypse, and not think about that kind of stuff.
Spoilers. This is like a 50-year-old movie. I'm not gonna worry about spoilers.
You know what I mean? You'd have to armor yourself for that kind of stuff and be like, you know what? At some point, we're gonna kill someone that shouldn't be killed or that wasn't totally a zombie or, you know, whatever. You're just going to have to armor yourself against it, right?
Yep.
Be like, well, them's the breaks, you know?
And they definitely did not feel beat up at all about it. They were just... Yeah. I mean, obviously they didn't know. But, yeah.
That's when you constantly... You have to constantly make a little bit of noise while you're out wandering around.
I'm not a zombie.
I'm not a zombie. Please don't shoot me.
I'm not a zombie. Please don't shoot me.
There's a zombie on my lawn.
Yeah, exactly. Just sing zombie songs the entire time.
Bonus
what's
points
your
if you know where that's
favorite
from?
monsters to run for spooky encounter / one shots or most memorable? Scott already told mine. Hags. I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of witches and hags. I think they are delightful, and there's so much that you can do with a coven of witches.
Why do you think they get together? There's so much you can do.
Yeah.
You loved playing the hags in Curse of Strahd.
It's true. Yeah, they were my favorite part of Strahd, that's for sure. What about you? If you haven't really run too many horror games, but
I haven't. I don't know.
But if you had to like run one for the monster, what do you think you'd have fun with?
I am very much. So, are we talking like full on like undead is the only choices, or can I go like? Because I love like aberrations. I love creatures that.
I mean, they're Eldritch horrors. They're aberrations.
That don't feel natural, right?
That thing's got too many mouths.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's got way too many legs. That thing's got a mouth coming off of its leg.
That's got a mouth, but it sees through it. What the hell, you know?
A mouth with the eye in it. Yeah, I could see that. That definitely does.
That fits my aesthetic. I do like vampires though. Holy crap! Like, I didn't think I cared much until I started playing.
Does it have a mouth and mouth? Yes, it
yes.
does. You didn't. So
I didn't care much about vampires until I started looking at card art and lore and stuff for Crimson Vow.
Yeah,
and that kind of like cemented it in my mind. Like
it triggered your vampire love, and you're like, ooh,
it's like, okay, I really do.
Oh my.
And there's some really good things you can do with them.
Anybody wants to read a really fun series of books?
Fred the Vampire Accountant.
Fred the Vampire Accountant.
I knew where you were going with that.
Absolutely the best vampire books in my opinion. Super wonderful, and I will recommend them to the end of my days.
Crystal is my favorite character in there.
Oh yeah, she's really good. Have you ever played Vampire the Masquerade? No.
No, I have not.
Want to someday. Not the LARPing version, obviously, but just like it would be interesting.
Is there like a board game version of it?
Well, there's like an RPG. Like it's based off of just an RPG. It's just a lot of people take it to the LARP field.
RPG.
A role playing game.
Oh, sorry.
Tabletop
I'm thinking,
RPG.
Sorry, I thought you meant you weren't going to play the tabletop version. You just want to play like a video.
I don't want to play I don't want to LARP,
Gotcha.
but I will play the tabletop.
Gotcha.
I am not Guillermo. I have no desire to actually LARP as a vampire.
Guillermo.
That's another good kind of horror one. Is
What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows. It's not really horror.
Not horror.
Doesn't every game of Vampire the Masquerade just end up as Underworld? Yeah, it depends. Some people do like the old Nosferatu. Some people like the classic Draculas.
One thing I love about modern vampires is I love the idea that they have to try to navigate a modern world that has like guns and security systems and know. And Underworld, I thought, did that pretty well.
Yeah. Joe said that he loved his vampire one-shot that pretty much TPK'd his players. He charmed the Echo Knight, and he was able to destroy his allies while the vampire targeted the rogue. Ooh, jeez. Ouch. Brutal. So number 34 on our list here, going back to it, is The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari from 1920.
Okay.
This is like one of the first zombie films, I think. It's just kind of a weird one. I don't know too much about it, but the name is like.
I also have a favorite D&D creature, mummies.
Mummies. Oh yes.
Mummies are fun.
I love me some mummies. That's for sure. Mummy.
Cory loves his mummy.
Let's see. 33. The Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense.
I have a love-hate relationship with that. I think it's a clever concept, but it's been it's been memed to death at this point
So,
in life. And so
because it's become tropey.
I can't look back on it and be like fond memories. I can look back at it and go, oh yeah, that's the thing that made all the memes. And it kind of ruined Haley Joe Osment's career for a little while.
Yeah.
With the icy dead people, you know.
Mummies are criminally underused. Indeed.
Oh my
indeed
gosh,
they are.
yes. And they are so brutal.
Yep.
When it comes to their mummy rot and stuff.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I've seen people play them in games. And
Just for mummies.
Don't do anything.
Yeah, I do want to...
You gave us a mummy in a one shot.
Mm-hmm.
And that was tough.
Yeah, it actually killed your paladin.
Yeah.
Who?
Mummy rot.
Yep.
We couldn't cure it.
Yeah, I think he had... Well... We were definitely not using the rules right because he could have just used 5 points to get rid of the disease of his lay on hands. Whoops.
Then did it kill him as pure damage though?
No, you guys literally traveled for like 3 days or like a day and a half to get him back to before he died. Yeah.
Or was he out of lay on hands?
Anthony, welcome back. A bunch of Bodaks as minions and a Nightwalker. Yes, that's a good one. Bodaks are the kind of long-faced, creepy ones that you guys fought in Rowan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the little hood things, yeah. Has anyone seen the Booze Mummy? I haven't. Richard says that he walked in on the last 10 minutes of The Sixth Sense before he'd seen any of it.
Oh, no. Like, ultimate, like, that and Shyamalan kind of has a twist style of filming, you know, and it became to the point where it's like, yeah, Shyamalan movie, nothing's going to be what it is because he couldn't stop doing the twist stuff.
Yeah.
And that was kind of annoying.
That is pretty bad, though. That is, yeah. But, I mean, it gave us, like, a really good, like, upgrade to horror movies and thriller movies, right?
Yeah.
Giving us the kind of spin on things. Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984.
Yeah, I mean, that's classic, right?
Classic, yep. Wes Craven does pretty good stuff. We've already established that, I think, but your dog is wanting to play.
I know.
Because
he just picks random times and decides...
It's playtime.
It's playtime.
Hellraiser, 1987 from Clive Barker. That was probably... Hey, buddy. Please.
Yeah, that's with Spiny Face.
Yeah, it was the, like, first body horror mainstream movie that came out. he just won't stop. 1973's Wicker Man. I prefer the Nicolas Cage version.
That's what I was thinking. The bees, not the bees.
Fermented Mummy gets you drunk on touch. Oh my gosh, I love that. I do like that. Couldn't sleep for years after I came home from bingo with my nanny and watched Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh,
that could be like your players go in to fight it, and they find out that this king or lord or emperor or whatever was a drunk, right?
Mm-hmm. Or he was like a servant of Bacchus or something like that.
Yeah, and that's their like punishment is they're like perpetually wasted, you know?
Yep.
Or always hungover or something, and so that's why.
Or he was pickled.
Yeah.
His sarcophagus got a bunch of brine in it.
Yeah.
Casey, since you're listening, could you go let Shep out? He is now barking to go outside.
Because he's a needy puppy.
Now I want a drunken master monk to get into a fight with a fermented mummy. You're just making me stronger.
Yes, I like
Still have the Roan Shadow Well encounter geared up for when we resume D&D. Oh, that reminds me, we might start gathering again next week. We are almost ready for drywall. Oh yeah. 420 version that is a stoned mummy. Yeah, they've already rolled him.
Ah.
Weed mummy. What do we got here? Yeah.
Okay, I like this green one too.
Yeah? Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, I do like it. And you did do... the black works on the bottom. Or no, that's brown. Sorry, that's my eyes. Yeah.
My eyes. Not my eyes.
Be flavor the drunken master. Monk is stoned master. That's just the shaggy monk. Thank you very much. That, yeah.
Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Yep, I do want to do a mummy campaign, like based around like a mummy lord.
Yeah.
Rising to power.
But like a big one, because isn't a regular mummy like CR5 or something like that?
A regular mummy is, but a mummy lord is like a 12.
But you could do it bigger.
Mummy lord.
You could do like a CR20 mummy.
It has lair actions, so it's got to be a bit.
Yeah, maybe 14, 16.
Mummy lord is a challenge rating 15.
Nice.
Yes. So it would be a good final boss for a long campaign, that's for sure.
Yes, it would. Agreed.
Oh, I'm going to pull up my list again.
You just lost it.
I did.
Oh, it's gone.
Because
You'll never know what the best movies are. The best
No, I can just pull it up again. You're not getting out of it that easy.
No.
Dio likes the green one.
I do too.
Yep.
Like I thought I would like
great.
the orange one better, but the green one's pretty cool. Now to paint the fangs.
Cory, we need stats for Mum-Ra, the Ever-Living. I have been thinking about doing some videos about like taking characters and making monster stats out of them.
Yeah.
For them. I thought that might be pretty fun. Bye, Bosco. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Yeah, and then let us know how that one shot goes, Anthony, for sure. Okay. All right. I got the list back up, but I need to scroll down to where we were. Blah, 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 blah. This writer sure is prolific.
Hey, his supervisor told him he had to get 10,000 words by the end of the week.
It's pastemagazine.com is the name of the website. It's like...
He definitely paced himself on it.
Yeah. Number 26 is Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1978.
That's classic.
Yep. I watched it with Casey not too long ago. It's also got Jeff Goldblum in it, although he's... It's one of... You'll hate it, actually. You will hate it, because everybody talks over each other for that movie.
I hate that so much. That drives me crazy in old movies.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad in that one, but it's got an interesting concept. It's just one of those concepts where it's like, oh, and it ends with the whole everything's terrible. It's got the classic like sci-fi 80s ending or 70s ending where things aren't really good by the end of it.
Yeah.
My dad said The Unborn is scary. It was banned in Ireland. Wow. Casey liked Body Snatchers, though. The Haunting, which is just like a haunting movie. Like, it's the first one, so they got to use the name, I suppose. Get Out is 23 on this list.
I have heard really good things about it.
Casey liked it. She said it was really good.
I really want to watch the new one, the Nope.
You want to watch Nope? I was just watching a Philip DeFranco, because I'm far behind, right? Where he was talking about how Logan Paul was complaining about Nope as a movie and getting ripped apart online because people were like, why are you commenting on movies, Logan Paul?
Yeah. Shut up.
Casey also wants to watch Us, which is Jordan Peele's second movie.
Yeah, that's the one where the people...
Anthony says Get Out ain't that good. Ooh.
Whoa.
A differing opinion from everything I've heard. I love it. What didn't you like about it, Anthony? Day of the Dead with George Romero, 1985.
That's the second...
It is like the third one. It's got more intelligent zombies in it. They're in like a lab and they're trying to like study the zombies, and they end up making one of them smarter than they're supposed to.
Your scientists were so obsessed with whether or not they could.
Yeah. You could see that ending from the get-go. Okay. Yeah, and they didn't get out, which was the point of the movie. That was what you wanted them to do.
It was just someone wanting to get out.
Oh, okay. All right. not 1921. 1968, Rosemary's Baby is number 21 on this list.
Don't care.
Uh,
Heard enough about it. Meh.
Yeah. It's about a woman who's basically being forced to have the child of Satan by this cult.
Again, like I said, I'm not a believer in religious stuff, and so
Yeah.
I can't. Nothing about it is scary to me.
Casey says that one was lame. Patient Zero is good, Anthony says. Disaster movies are probably scarier for me than horror movies are, just because I'm like watching something like I wanted to name a pandemic movie because obviously, right? And the first one that popped into my head was actually Planet of the Apes, the new ones, the Rise or Dawn or whatever. Yeah. Number 20 on this list is The Reanimator, which I would recommend. I think it's really funny.
Go back about a half an hour, and Cory will tell you the weird scene.
If you can read lips, that is.
You can read lips, yep.
Is Rosemary good? I don't know about Rosemary.
Rosebud. It's a sled. There, I just saved you 2 boobless hours. Hey, Cory, here you go.
The opposite, he finds it terrifying. What movie? Sorry, we're kind of behind a little bit here.
I added some black.
Oh, I like it. Picasso, I like it. What movie were we talking about that you were saying terrified you, Anthony?
It wasn't Up.
No.
Sorry, that's Get Out. Not Up.
Up.
Up is terrifying. Pixar got into horror. No.
So we're down to the bottom 20 on this list, right? Which I'll go through individually because we're at the bottom 20.
Yeah.
But you can tell how pretentious this guy is.
Yeah.
This writer. I'm not sure if it's that guy, writer or whatever. Number 19 is Nosferatu from 1922.
Okay.
There's nothing good about Nosferatu except for the fact that it has Nosferatu in it.
That it started that.
It is a very much one of those silent film movies that you look back on and you're like, there is not a lot of substance here.
Everyone's like, Gone with the Wind is amazing. I've seen Gone with the Wind. It wasn't that good, guys.
Yeah.
Just like the one you and Casey always want me to watch.
Shawshank.
One.
Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
Well, you just like to be contrarian about that one. Because if you watched it, you actually probably would like it.
No.
It's got Mr. Krabs in it, okay?
I can't like it now because of how much you've talked it up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more of a concept than anything, which is what most silent films were in the 1920s, right? They didn't have a lot of substance. They were just like, hey, look at this cool thing that we can do with this new technology.
Yeah.
Guess you had to be there when it was released for Nosferatu. Yes.
Well, and part of the why old movies get so much praise is because at the time that's it. Yeah. That's all that was available. It was like 2 movies a year came out. You know. And
it was like any new technology, right?
Yeah.
People were using it for weird random things.
Everyone loved Avatar for its like CG and stuff. You know. Not The Last Airbender, but
no. Neither of them are good movies, though.
I enjoy James Cameron's Avatar.
See,
it's okay, though.
See, Avatar is my Shawshank Redemption.
But I understand the, not hate, but like the dislike for it. I can see why you wouldn't like it. Just because, again, it was one of those, it's the greatest technical movie of all time. You know, like...
It was really talked about and blown up, and then when I watched it, I only got about halfway through it before I was just like, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
This isn't fun. This isn't something that I want to watch. So, number 18 is Poltergeist.
Okay.
Which I do like Poltergeist just because, like, even if it is ghosts, it's a better ghost movie than typical.
Right. And I agree. Plus, it was, one of the earlier ones. Yeah. So at the time, it wasn't as overblown as it is now. I mean, we get 3 or 4 movies a year that are just ghosts,
I haven't seen Shawshank. I'm going to wait until my father passes away. It's his favorite movie. I know that sounds a little morbid. No, I mean, that's a great way to do it, to be like, let's connect with my father a little bit more after his
and this is also going to sound a little morbid, but, you'll probably have a greater appreciation for it just because it is something that your father enjoyed in life. If you care for your father. If you don't like your father, you'll probably hate it. But you know what I mean. Like it'll be like one of those. Well, I can't really fault it or him. You know.
Yeah. Richard Watt says he again is going to rep the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. They did a radio drama version of his stories, a silent version of Call of Cthulhu, and a black and white talkie of Whispers in the Darkness. Quality work. Nice.
I am not a fan of old movies in general, and it has nothing to do with the visuals. It has everything to do with the audio. The audio form drives me crazy because it's either mixed really weird, or it's the whole everyone talks over each other type of deal, and that drives me crazy.
Yeah. Number 17, Return of the Living Dead, just another Living Dead movie. Number 16, oh, Casey's gonna hate this one, Eraserhead. Ooh, I'm gonna wait until Cory talk over Scott. I'll try every now and then. Honestly, like, I'm always the one that when somebody else starts talking when I'm talking, I'll go quiet, just be like, okay, I'll wait until you're done. Like, that's okay.
Well, think
about what, Scott? What are you talking about? I'm sorry. Just the one time.
Think of how annoying it is on our channel when, someone's trying to talk and we all end up talking over each other, and we don't do it on purpose, but, like, that's a number one complaint, and so... I definitely don't want to watch a produced movie that's supposed to be good and high quality suddenly have those problems. And it's always in a scene where someone's like characters are yelling at each other, and it's not. I don't know. Yelling at each other is not really a good way to film anyway, but. I understand why they do it because it's more realistic. But yeah, it definitely is like it's hard to track what's going on. And
are we gonna end that sentence or just trail off?
Just gonna trail off. Sorry,
No, you're good. You're focused. I was just waiting. So Casey says, as far as Eraserhead is concerned, ugh. A whole hour and a half of my life wasted on that movie. She doesn't say that very often about movies, especially horror movies. It is I think YouTube does auto-delete links still, yes, Caleb. But it's kind of a conjoined twin horror movie. Like, the guy had a conjoined twin that he had removed, but then he brought it back to life or something. I don't know. Casey was trying to describe it to me.
And then he erased its head.
Yeah.
I mean, Eraserhead sounds like one of the new Gen Z creatures like Siren Head or Long Horse or whatever the hell.
It always reminds me of Coneheads from Saturday Night Live, actually.
And the movie Coneheads?
Casey says, no, I'm apparently completely off base with this one. Well, I don't know what it is.
It's a guy that just glues erasers to his head. It's like Pinhead, but instead it's those purple. It's those pink hex or trapezoid shaped erasers all over his head.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a costume like that.
Oh, his girlfriend gives birth to a deformed baby. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
What a baby.
Caleb, I will check out your full class knife dancer. That's really cool. I'm excited to
put it in our Discord.
I believe you did. Yeah.
Cool.
At least it wasn't the boyfriend. 28 Days Later, 2002. We talked about that one already.
Yeah.
It's fine. I think it actually has a really cool, like, opening, obviously. At one point, his head does get taken off and turned into an eraser for a pencil. What?
That's literally where the name is from? Oh my gosh. Why?
I don't know. Sounds like an anime BBEG.
What, Eraserhead?
It's me, Eraserhead.
It sounds like a My Hero Academia hero that...
Like Best Genus.
Naval laser guy.
Number 14 on this list is Kawaii. Man. It's a...
Is it a foreign film?
It's a foreign...
Well, there's that pretentiousness that's possibly coming through.
Number 13, Bride of Frankenstein, 1935.
Okay, I heard a lot of people say that's better than Frankenstein. Like they
Really?
liked it better than the first one. So cool, good for them.
The best genus versus Eraserhead. I can't believe we had the same joke. Yeah, welcome to the wormhole. Sometimes it happens. I know we talked about, but I really like 28 Days Later and even 28 Weeks Later. 28 Days Later has a really cool premise to it, in my opinion.
I don't recall either of them that well.
Really?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, 28 Weeks Later is the guy wakes up in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. He gets Rick Grimed.
Yeah, Rick Grimes didn't do it first, though, obviously, yeah.
Or, well, it depends on when the Walking Dead comic came out.
Well, so this came out in 2002. I doubt The Walking Dead came out. Okay, fine, I will look it up. I'll look it up on here so I don't lose my place, but Walking Dead comic. Release date. Bonk. 2003, October 8th, 2003.
So
which means they were probably in production near around the same time.
Yeah.
So it might have just been convergent mediaism, which can happen. It's like when you get two movies that are both like
Armageddon and Deep Impact. They came out like a year apart or the same year.
Yeah, and they are pretty much just like
the same movie.
Oh, we just had the same concept. Whoops.
Yeah. That was like two.
Oh, that is Cillian Murphy on 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that makes it a little bit better. Have you ever seen Red Eye? Girl gets on a flight.
Have you ever seen Sunshine? Talking about Cillian Murphy.
Oh no, yeah, that's right. If we're talking about Cillian Murphy, you gotta talk about Sunshine. Your favorite disaster movie of all time. Besides The Core.
I like The Core.
Yeah, The Core is really good.
It's not good.
No,
it's not good, but I really like it. Red Eye.
Yes. So, lady gets on a plane.
Okay.
A red eye flight. Middle of the night.
No snakes involved in this one.
No snakes involved in this one. And Cillian Murphy sits down next to her, and they chat and talk a little bit on the flight and everything. And once they're up in the air, he tells her that he has her father hostage, and she needs to give him like the bank account numbers to her multi-million-dollar accounts or something like that, right? And she has to try and he's like, and if I don't reply to this text message every 30 minutes, we're gonna kill your father, or it's her daughter or something like that.
Yeah.
Zombieland, we haven't gotten to it if it's on this list yet, but Zombieland is a good one. But it's one of those things where it was one of those movies where I watched it. I actually watched it with it was one of the horror movies I went to see in the theaters with Garrett, or I guess it's a thriller. And it was really good. Like at the end, as the flight is landing, and this is a spoiler if anybody wants to watch Red Eye, as the flight is landing, she takes a pen and stabs it into his throat before escaping. And so, like the rest of the movie, he's got like a little bit of black ink in his throat, and he's got like a wrap around it and everything. It's crazy. It's awesome.
He's cray.
The Core wasn't good, but I loved it too. Yeah. It's definitely one of those movies where you're like, this is literally just cribbing off of the disaster movie hype.
Yep.
But it's still really fun.
I just love the dumb idea that they're like, we're gonna tunnel to the center of the earth, and we just happen to have all the technology around.
Like the freaking cast in that movie too. Like they got a lot.
Stanley Tucci's in it.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up the cast because I need to talk about all of them. No, The Core, not Rings of Power. What are you doing?
The core of the power of Lord of the Rings.
Yes. Aaron Eckhart.
Yep.
Is in it.
Doesn't he play like a modern day Frankenstein in a movie? He's like comes back to life or something.
I mean, he's Two-Face.
No, it's a different movie. It came out.
All right. Down the rabbit hole a bit further.
You're welcome.
Only got 53 movies to go through here, so we'll be okay.
Only?
Incarnate, London Has Fallen. I need to watch Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen. Gerard Butler is Die Hard in the White House. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I, Frankenstein? Yes, he was in I, Frankenstein. He was Adam in I, Frankenstein. Good job, Scott. Yep. Point for you.
That's a weird deep cut that I don't remember. I remember nothing about that movie, but for some reason it's in my mind when I see his face.
Yeah.
Back to the core.
Richard Jenkins is in it. He's in Cabin in the Woods, I think. Shape of Water, Step Brothers, Nightmare Alley.
Yeah, let me see who he is.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of the directors in
Cabin in the Woods. Yes.
Yep. Oh, it is pronounced Killian. Okay. Sorry about that.
Killian is Sicilian.
Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen were great. I'm glad that you give it such a good endorsement. It's definitely on my list of things to watch. It's just action movies have never been oh my gosh, I've seen this trailer and now I want to see this action movie.
Yeah.
Except for with Violent Night, the trailer that we just watched with David Harbour. Yes. They want another close-up of the spiders.
Okay. Well, here. We'll get them all positioned.
Jeez, you have to really go down this list to get to any of the... Yeah, Hilary Swank. Bruce Greenwood is in it. He's the shoveler from... Yeah, you know who he is. They look great.
Spiders!
Yeah, I think that... You know what? I think that orange and green one is probably my favorite, too.
Okay.
Yep.
It was a good... Hey!
It was a good... Yeah, an attempt was made.
Cory? Good
thanks.
job. That was...
Wait, hang on.
That was a good choice.
Can you do... Oh, thanks. I just
choice.
want that recorded
in
larger screen.
That was a good idea. Maybe I just executed it poorly. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, Stanley Tucci. There's a lot of... DJ Quails was Rat, if you remember.
Yeah.
He's been in a few different things.
I have a bone to pick with that. So, in the trailer, he says, I'm going to need Hot Pockets and Star Trek tapes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the movie, they changed it to Hot Pockets and Xena tapes.
Mm-hmm.
And it pissed me off. And it still pisses me off to this day. I'm like, really? Xena? Really? Why put that in the trailer? You jerks.
Okay, I think we are done down this rabbit hole of the core now.
Yeah,
down the deep rabbit hole into the core of the core.
Yeah, we're so deep we got to the core of the earth.
Gerard Butler's character really is the new John McClane. I love that correlation. Yeah, like, honestly, it's a joke that I always do where it's like, oh, it's Die Hard, but in this, it's Die Hard, but in that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's a joke that everybody makes, but Violent Night also looks like it's Die Hard, but with
Harbour.
Santa.
Yeah,
yep.
Santa's David.
Honestly, go look for the trailer once you're done with the stream here for Violent Night. It looks fantastic. It looks really fun. It looks really fun. It's definitely going on the list of Christmas movies to watch, which we'll get around Christmas time. Our favorite Christmas movies.
Yeah, Krampus. Spoiler.
Yes, spoilers. Number 12, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974.
Never saw it. Don't have any strong opinions either way.
It basically just spawned the whole hillbilly family trope, or it was like one of the earlier ones. You know, The Hills Have Eyes is also one of those, but yeah.
Silent Hill, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything with hills. Just the Appalachians. Just don't live there.
Just don't live there. Speaking of silence, number 11 is Silence of the Lambs, which, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not a big... It's a bit more of a thriller for me, that it's a bit more slow-paced than I'm typically used to. I did like the follow-up of Hannibal. That movie was really good. Gary Oldman played a really good character in it. And then Red Dragon is the prequel to it, and that has Ralph Fiennes in it, Voldemort, and he's pretty good as the serial killer in that.
Ah, the serial killer who lived.
Powerpuff Girls are amazing. Wait, what? I'm gonna need Hot Pockets and Powerpuff Girls tapes. Am I crazy? Yeah, sorry. Powerpuff Girls is not a horror movie. We will not be including it on this list, but
it could be.
Yes, that's true.
If they took the chance, they could make Powerpuff Girls into an amazing like superhero genre.
There was a not a creepypasta, but just like somebody took the animation and came up with a theory for it, where it's like, I don't know, like where the professor tried to bring back his
like dead daughter
brother.
Okay.
After he killed himself, coming out as trans as a woman.
Okay.
Right, and so he brings her back, and that's the devil, the Satan one in
Oh yeah, okay.
who goes crazy and starts rampaging. So he has to basically create the Powerpuff Girls to fight off his dead brother, kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Like I have to go find it again, but yeah. Good movie. Seen it as a kid around at my house while it was on. Movies that I have hidden from or run out of. Jurassic Park 3.
Poison Spitter?
No, the third one. Remember, we went and saw it in the theaters, and I spent the entire time like cowering in fear. I
remember you being like 6, and we were watching it at home, and you would hide behind like the chair.
I was not 6 for Jurassic Park 3.
That's the 3D printer cooling down. The glass is cooling faster than the print.
Okay.
So they're popping off the glass.
Cool.
That's what that noise is that you keep looking back there for.
Cool. No, I was not 6 when we saw Jurassic Park 3, but I do remember hiding for Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Starship Troopers. I ran away from Starship Troopers when Mom and Dad watched it, and when I went and watched White Noise with a couple friends in like junior high or high school.
Yeah.
I spent the entire time with my eyes closed and my ears plugged because it freaked me the hell out. Yeah.
What's that one about?
White Noise.
I guess you wouldn't know because you weren't.
No, I really wouldn't know. No, it was there was like some ghost that they were hearing in White Noise machines, and it was all about that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Starship Troopers is really good. Now that I've seen it, also I remember you and Brian, our cousin, watching Aliens or Alien
Event Horizon, out in our clubhouse.
Oh no, not that one. Although that was hilarious, you guys being terrified after
had to come inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you guys were watching Aliens or Alien 3 or something in the room.
Uh-huh.
And I went outside at like 8 at night to get away from that movie. I don't know why I decided to go out in the middle of the night, but I just sat on the porch and just like
let me go out into the darkness.
And that was before phones, so I was just left to my imagination too.
Yeah.
Like what
Let's
the hell?
go out in the darkness because I'm scared.
Number 10 is American Werewolf in London. Okay, this guy's got me hooked back on his list. American Werewolf in London is amazing, and everybody should watch it. It is campy, but it is so good. It is the best werewolf transformation in any movie ever.
That's Michael J. Fox again, right?
Nope.
No.
That's Teen Wolf you're thinking of. No, this one is a couple American kids on a English holiday find themselves on the moors, and one of them gets killed and the other one gets bit by a werewolf. And then, like, he spends a month with this nurse that he falls in love with in the hospital, and keeps, like, hallucinating that his dead friend is there asking him to kill himself because his friend is like, you're a werewolf now, you need to kill yourself so that we can go to rest and that you don't hurt anybody else. And he doesn't believe him. He thinks he's just kind of going crazy until the transformation happens, and which it's a whole month later. Like, it's not just like a quick, like, the next night he transforms or anything like that. Yeah, those were all practical effects too. They did they would
elongated.
They would cover balloons in fur.
Yeah.
And then they would cause them to expand. The nurse is in the MCU? What? Tell me where the nurse is in the MCU. I need to know this. I need to know what you're talking about. Yeah, and it was just really good effects. Like,
yeah, I've seen that in a lot of like special effects breakdowns and stuff, and everyone's like, "These are so great." And I've watched the scene, and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I agree."
Joe says, never watched American Werewolf in London, but I have seen American Werewolf in Paris, and I love the soundtrack, still listen to it. American Werewolf in Paris is just as campy and just as good. Two of my favorite things from first London and then Paris. We'll talk about a couple like scenes here. In American Werewolf in London, at one point he tries to, during about the second night before nightfall, he's kind of running away from his girlfriend because he doesn't want to change in front of her and kill her, obviously. And he goes into a porno theater.
He just gets
I think it's the third night, second or third night. But he goes into a porno theater, right?
Right.
And he's sitting there with his friend and all the people that he's killed because he's seeing all their dead bodies. And they're watching this movie, and the one guy, like, the phone rings in this movie, like, in the middle of a sex scene. And the guy walks over, picks it up, and he goes, "Yes? Hello? No, there's nobody here by that name. All right, goodbye." And then hangs up and goes back to the sex scene. And then it cuts back to the two friends, and they're like, good movie. Like, it was campiest of camp, but it was great. And then American Werewolf in Paris, he's chasing the main character is chasing after this girl that he met in Paris that he fell in love with, but she's a werewolf, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't know it.
What a dog.
What a dog. And she ends up losing one of her shoes, and he picks it up. And so he finds her in the hospital, and he's running like after her, and he picks it up, and he goes, "Hey, you forgot this," and he holds up his shoe, but he does it in such a weird campy way that it is perfect. Also, she makes him blow a condom bubble, which is hilarious.
Okay.
Because it falls out of his pocket, and she looks down at it, and he's like, "Oh, it's just gum," and so she makes him chew it, or she. Oh no! Yeah, she makes him chew it, and then she's like, "Now blow a bubble," and he starts blowing it, and of course, it's expanding. So, yeah. What does campy mean? So, campy is the term that is given to movies that aren't necessarily good, but they have a cult following, right? So the badness is what makes them fun. It's not necessarily like we want to be campy. It's more of just something that happens in movies where it's just like, this line was so bad that it's good, or this scene is so bad that it's good. Anyway, that's my rant about American Werewolf in London and Paris. Definitely go watch them. The Congresswoman is Nurse Price in American Werewolf in London. Oh, the Congresswoman from Winter Soldier, I believe? The one that, Scarlett Johansson replaces sneaks in as.
Okay.
The World Security Council, yeah. The bigger the bubble, the more you like the girl. Exactly. Number 9 says The Innocents from 1961. Don't know what that is. Number 8, Dawn of the Dead, the second Romero one. Number 7, Jaws, 1975. Arguably the movie that created the blockbuster.
Yeah.
And actually coined the term the blockbuster, and that's what really made movies take off as something to watch every summer. Casey loves Jaws. She hates and she's terrified of sharks because of Jaws, but she loves it anyway.
So no trips to the aquarium is what you're saying.
Oh, she'll still go to the aquarium. She'll just be freaked out for a little bit. Like the second Dawn of the Dead, yeah. I actually do like the Zack Snyder remake of them too. He did really good with that, because that's kind of where Zack Snyder shines, is let's do some real like action-y stuff, She had night terrors about Jaws. Yes, that's right. That is correct. Jaws almost supersedes the definition of horror. I agree. It is very, like, when I saw it on the list, I was kind of taken aback a little bit, just because it is. Because
it's not dark. Mm-hmm. Like, that's one thing that I think that a lot of horror movies have not going for them, but like, there's a theme, right? Everything's lots of dark, it's lots of nighttime, lots of, and Jaws is very much like bright and in the day,
Dio, teeth would definitely be considered camp. That is for sure camp.
Dio, the songwriter?
No, Dio from JoJo.
Ah.
No, his name is probably actually Dio, and we're making fun of him. So we're making fun of the name. So we're not making fun of him.
I'm not making fun of the name.
No.
Dio has rocked.
Casey says she's only afraid of great whites, and we're not even near the ocean. But yeah, it does suck that the one thing that...
There's great whites in the Great Salt Lake. Why do you think they call it the Great?
The Great White Lake?
Great White Salt Lake.
Yeah, it does suck that so many sharks died because of Jaws, though. That was... Yeah. That's humans for you, right?
Yeah.
Always ruining everything. Number 6, Let the Right One In, which is a vampire movie.
Okay.
And I believe there was...
Heard of that one.
There's like 2 or 3 different versions, and they're with different names. And one of the first one's a horror movie, but it's about a younger vampire, if I remember correctly.
A young pyre.
A girl I went to high school with was in Sharknado 3. What?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
There's
awesome.
campy.
Yep. Is she still pursuing her dream in Hollywood?
No, the tornado flung her somewhere else, Cory.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's a Bollywood actress now.
Hey, they have as big of a
Good night, Joe.
Good night.
Enjoy tucking the kids in. Don't let them be creepy.
I don't think you can stop that.
No, I don't care if you do My Name is jokes. Okay, good, Dio. Because we will. Number 5, I think you're going to agree with me on this one, actually.
Okay.
The Thing, 1982, from John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Again, very good practical effects.
I just watched a year-long series.
Oh, she's a producer now. Cool.
Of Adam Savage creating his MacReady.
Oh, okay.
Outfit.
Nice.
And then he went incognito at
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I love that he goes incognito every year. That's always awesome. The scene where they're trying to resuscitate the guy, the one
and
guy. Yeah, like the arms or the stomach opens up to reveal the jaw, and then he rips his arm.
The reason why we like it so much, Cory, mimics.
It's true, mimics. Yep.
Yep, because that's basically the first movie mimic.
The American version of Let the Right One In has Chloe Grace Moretz. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old was she?
I think the American version, they upped the ante a little bit on the age there.
I mean, because like Hit Girl from Kick-Ass, she was like 10, 13 or whatever.
So let's see. Chloe Grace Moretz was born in 1997.
She was super young, yeah.
So she is now 22, I want to say. Let's see. Yeah.
25.
25. She's now 25. No. Yes, 25. Yes. And let me just... now I need
Much like our games, math is hard.
Math is a wonderful thing.
Math is a really cool thing.
She's Caleb's age, apparently. So, yes, he knows.
Speaking of Jack Black.
Oh, the new Mario trailer.
The new Mario trailer. If you guys have seen it...
I'm interested and excited.
He's Bowser.
Yep,
he is the king of the Koopas.
Yep. I'm excited. And then I need to find... Oh my gosh, it's going to be down here, isn't it? Oh, she was carrying the 2013 one. That's right. Dark Shadows. Oh, I forgot about that movie. Wow. Let Me In? Was that what it... Was that it? That was 2010. So she would have been 13 years old. Yeah.
How old
Something looks off about Mario in that movie. Yeah, he's too much Chris Pratt.
No. They lost his butt. Everyone's like, they took his badonk away.
They took his badonk?
Yeah, that was all the...
Oh, no.
Everyone screaming on Reddit about it. Well, remember, the original Mario is pulled from another world. He's pulled from our world.
Yeah.
Right? So, if they're doing the whole, like, origin story style stuff...
He lacketh cheek.
Yes. If they're doing the whole origin story, like, he's not going to have a clue about the Mario world.
Yeah. I actually didn't mind his accent and his voice work too much.
He said like 2 lines I could barely even tell.
And they're going to like keep that until the movie comes out, right? They're not going to do
They're not going to let us bully them into changing it like they did Sonic. They learned their lesson.
I'm just glad that they didn't make him try to do a Mario voice.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, we just want kind of a Brooklyner accent. Yeah. Oh, it is 9 o'clock. Hey, what do you know?
Oh, nice.
Okay, we got 4 more to get through. Let's get them through really quick.
Okay.
Number 4, Psycho, 1960.
Never seen it. Don't even really know what it's... Oh, that's the one where... Is that the...
That's with Norman Bates.
Lady in the shower gets stabbed?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I do know about that one a little bit.
It's 11 here, says Brian P. Oh, we're so late, Brian. Oh, I'm so sorry for you. Alien, number 3.
Nice.
So, yep. Mm-hmm. You kind of got that. Number 2, The Shining.
Again, like I said...
Don't like The Shining.
Like I said, it's... Yeah, we watched that at my house, or at Mom's house, remember? When it was... we watched it like 4 different takes because we could only watch like 30 minutes of it before we were like, okay, all right, I've had enough of this,
Mm-hmm.
Had enough of Jack Nicholson chewing the scenery.
Yeah, please. And then number 1 is The Exorcist from 1973. Meh.
No, The Changeling's not on there anywhere? Interesting.
You know what? I did see The Changeling on there.
Oh, okay.
I skipped over it because I had no idea what it was.
That was one of the first horror movies I actively remember watching.
Really?
And it was shown to me by my scout leader. I kid you not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the worst thing your scout leader did, you had a pretty good scout troop, right?
No, the worst thing he ever did was get us stranded up in the cold when it was 50 below.
With no food.
With no food and no heat. So, and on that note, it was great being here.
Yeah.
We're just going to end the story without...
Yes, please.
Yes.
Watch Psycho with someone who didn't know the twist. None of us told her, and her reaction was priceless. Oh.
I wish I could erase my mind sometimes and rewatch certain movies.
Yep.
Just to get like that same feeling again.
Yeah. Well, I was watching like a TikTok where somebody was in a coma for 20 years, and like from the 2000s, right?
Oh yeah.
And it was like ooh, being able to like introduce them to the entire MCU would be really good. Yeah. Surprised Pet Sematary wasn't on that list. Agreed. Yeah, it's interesting.
That's because they can't spell it right, so it's stupid.
Psycho is a story about a woman. It's an Alfred Hitchcock movie about a woman who is escaping her life and goes to a hotel or a motel only to get murdered, and it's about who murdered her and the whole like story behind it. It was one of the like
psycho murders her.
Like it was one of the movies of its day, like horror movies of its day and everything. I will say one more time, I've probably said this before. If you want to watch a really cool documentary, go find Nightmares in Red, White, and Blue, where they go through the history of horror as far as movies go, and American film, obviously. There's a big focus on that because it's called Nightmares in Red, White, and Blue. The guy who does the narration for it is Bishop from Alien. He does the narration, and they talk to a lot of different directors. They go through a lot of different movies that are just really cool, and you get a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff and a lot of cool insights. So, yes. Scott has seen Ex Machina, yes.
Yes, oh yeah. I just talked about that earlier today. We just watched a trailer called Lifelike, and I went, this is very much like Ex Machina vibes.
Red Rose by Stephen King. I'll have to check that one out. Yeah. But I think that's good. I think that's it. We painted some spiders tonight.
Yeah, and started painting this pumpkin thing.
I got us through another list that I love to do all the time.
Cory lists.
Yeah, I do love my lists. And if you've got some suggestions for some cool minis that you'd like to see us, like if you find some online or if you have some ideas, we can try and find something.
Tag me in Discord.
Tag you in Discord, or or leave a comment as well. We'll see if I'm there.
If I can get them and I can print them off, and then we'll pay them.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're gonna have to call it tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for joining us so much. We love every single one of you, whether you're on Twitch or on YouTube. You guys are amazing.
Or if you're watching this after the fact, thank you as well.
Absolutely.
Please hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment, appease those algorithm gods.
Please, and thank you. And we will see you next week for maybe another art stream. I need to talk to Preston and make sure that his rig is working, just to make sure that we're all good there. Otherwise, we'll be back for a paint stream. Yeah. Now, if you excuse us, we're going to go watch Werewolf by Night, which is another horror movie that just came out. Horror-esque. I don't know how horror it's going to be, but it's just came out on Disney+. So, goodbye. Oh, wait. Sorry. Final look at the spiders. One final look at what we painted tonight. Sorry.
Spiders.
Spider number 1. Spider number 2. Yeah, that green one's better. Yep.
And then I just started doing the vines and stuff on this guy. And then I'll get pumpkin. And then I think I'm gonna go with some cool like red flowers. Kind of like a deep red. I know that's not
a Jumanji red.
Yeah, I know it's not accurate to like pumpkins, but I do like the idea of like the poinsettia red almost. Yeah.
Okay. That's where we'll call it. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Night.
Do we have an end?